Imagine being such a bamf that your country tries to give you its highest military award, the Medal of Honor, but you didn't leave any eyewitnesses, so they got to give you the runner-up. That bamf is Eric Fisher Wood Jr. I am Mandatory Fun Day, and this is his story. Born on January 25th, 1919 in Santa Barbara, California, Eric Jr. was the son of Eric Fisher Wood Sr., a distinguished World War I veteran and one of the founders of the American Legion. There is absolutely no way Eric Wood Sr. could have known that he helped give rise to the literal nightmare of the Nazis, because his son lived in their head rent-free. Eric Wood Sr. did in fact found the American Legion, or assisted in its founding. It's a great organization. It's done a lot of good for the veteran community, the military community throughout its history. But I have to say, I wholeheartedly believe he's probably most proud of his son, of anything that he did in life. Despite his father's hopes to keep him safe on the family farm in Pennsylvania, Eric Jr.'s sense of duty led him to join the Pennsylvania National Guard. By December 1944, as a lieutenant in the 106th Infantry Division, Eric found himself on the front lines in the Ardens forest during the Battle of the Bulge. On December 17th, his unit was overwhelmed, and amidst chaos, he managed a daring escape into the dense woods. Alone in enemy territory, Eric Jr. encountered other American soldiers separated from their units, and together they formed a guerrilla group. They launched ambushes on German patrols, disrupted supply lines, and sowed confusion among enemy ranks. Operating in the absolutely brutal conditions of the Ardens forest, Wood and his men utilized their knowledge of terrain to execute surprise attacks. Their relentless harassment reportedly resulted in the elimination of approximately 200 German soldiers, significantly impeding the enemy's advance. The Ardens forest is incredibly complex terrain. All right? The forest itself is extremely dense. It would have been exceptionally hard to traverse through it, but it would have made guerrilla attacks very, very easy. It would have been easy to hide within the forest, strike, and then kind of flood back into it. It's got hills averaging 350 to 400 meters in height, but some of them extend up to 700 meters. I genuinely appreciate y'all's support. You guys are amazing. The community that we've built together is incredible. Just you watching this video, liking it, commenting on it is already amazing. If you want to support me further, you can go buy some merch at themandatoryfunday.com. Website members get 20% off their entire order forever. I really enjoyed making this video, and I want you to tell me what you think of it in the comments. But let's get back to it. There are numerous rivers throughout the forest, and they have cut over time an exceptional number of valleys. All this to say that the Ardens forest would have been an incredibly hairy place to fight. The effectiveness of their campaign did not go unnoticed. SS General Stepp Dietrich, frustrated by the continuous disruptions, labeled Woods and his men as criminals and scoundrels, issuing orders for their capture and elimination. I need you guys to understand that after getting separated from his unit and then finding others, he did not seek safety. He did not seek to go back to friendly lines. This dude got everybody together and said, we're going to go find us some Germans. And that they did. This roving band of psychopaths took 200 Germans with them on the way out. When they found Eric Fisher Wood Jr., he was surrounded by 7 dead enemy. 7. Imagine you're a German soldier for a second and you just know that there's some psychopath out in the woods just waiting for you to go to sleep. The absolute psychological terror that this man would have, kind of inflicted on the Germans. I mean, it doesn't really that guy existed out of spite. The man was possessed by the god of war. Tragically, in January 1945, German forces surrounded Lieutenant Wood and his men near Mariod. In a fierce confrontation, he fought valiantly, reportedly taking down 7 German soldiers before succumbing to his injuries. His body was discovered on January 25th, 1945. They couldn't give him the Medal of Honor because when they found him, he was surrounded by 7 dead enemy troops. And not just any enemy troops, the Schutzstaffel, the SS, the Nazis, basically their version of special forces. It cannot be understated how much of an absolute bad dude this was. For his extraordinary heroism, Eric Fisher Wood Jr. was posthumously awarded the Distinguished Service Cross, the Silver Star, the Bronze Star, the Purple Heart. The Belgian government also honored him with the Croix de Guerre and the Order of Leopold I with Gold Palm. Today, the people of Mariod continue to honor Lieutenant Wood's memory, regularly placing fresh flowers at the site where he fell. His legacy serves as a powerful reminder of the impact one individual's courage can have in the face of overwhelming adversity.